Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
All-Stars travel team. Just a couple things before you get started. Make sure to stay on your side of the black bumper out here for the safety of you and the safety of our skaters. And let's keep the walkway clear while jams are going on. Keep the walkway clear. You'll have plenty of time to move about between jams if necessary for snacks or bathrooms or beverages, whatever you need. Let's take a minute to thank the volunteers who helped make this happen. So many of them. And our officials on skates and off, who without the game would not be possible. Okay, and now let's call in these teams. We're going to start with the Undead Avengers, but first, we want to wish a happy birthday to Punchbug. You guys want to sing it for him? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Punchbug. All right, now in the green, the Undead Avengers, starting with number 84, Punchbug. Number 270, Dora the Destroyer. Number 11, Lil Stabby. Number 1, Skittles. Number 57, Noah Constrictor. Number 616, Sabertooth Tiger. Number 25, Rolling Thunder. Number 713, Dr. Zoom. Number 34, Ruthless. Number 13, Slamilton. Number 515, Cannonball. Number 8, Magic Hate Ball. Number 808, Snapdragon. Number 197, Gremlin. Number 35, The Feral Kid. And number 218, Jules Byrne. Your coaches are Scratcher in the Eye, Fizzgig, Quicksilver, and Lemon Stinger, the Undead Avengers. And now, in the black, the Undead Avengers. I'm sorry, I've done this twice. I'm the worst. This is the Death Scar Derby Droids. Why did I make that mistake? It's awful. Number 666, Ash-tastic. Number 619, Catastrophe. Number 88, Decoy. Number 618, Ghoul. Number 19, Gwen Reaper. Number 087, Jawbreaker. Number 819, Kill Pickle. Number 13, Pandemonium. Number 76, Cherry Jam. Number 177, Havoc. Number 842, Helmo. Number 47, Miss Garcia. Number 67, Ricochet. Number 411, Riot. Number 444, Teenage Hurtbag. Number 38, William Skate Spear. Number 732, E-Skate Artist. Number 95, Little T Rebel. Number 612, Mystery Machine. Number 73, Bobcat. And your coaches, Skinner, Titan, Janine Riddle, Rachel Bratter. Sorry, I'm confused by that paperwork. Anyway, the Death Scar Derby Droids. All right, now it's time for game. That's probably good. Looks like we got lining up for this first jam, Mystery Machine and Rolling Thunder. And they're off. Mystery Machine breaks out for lead jammer. Rolling Thunder bouncing off the recycling defense of the DSDD. With first penalty of the game. It's like a destruction of pack. Rolling Thunder now out of the pack on the initial. Mystery Machine dodging last lines of defense. DSDD with the first 4 points on the board. At the Looks like we have a quick timeout here. This timeout, as all, brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to PDX. Looks like the officials are just trying to sort out some information. All right, Dr. Zoom and Riot jamming. Both jammers hitting the defenders and forced out. Dr. Zoom hits the last line of defense. Riot breaks through for lead jammer. Cannonball and Ricochet at the line. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is clear. Cannonball rushes through, gains lead jammer, but is recycled. Apex jump, but can't quite stick it inside the track. Ricochet flies through before the jam is called. And another 4 points on the board for DSDD. We had Skittles and Miss Garcia jamming. Oh, big hit by Miss Garcia, bouncing off the front defense of the Undead Avengers. And Skittles breaks out and becomes lead jammer for Undead. Jawbreaker with the force out and recycle. Skittles still bouncing off defenders. Skittles flying through, ties up the game. Wow. We have the first lead change of the game. Undead now 12 points. Death Scar Derby Droids 8. Ash-tastic and Dora the Destroyer lining up. Guess we're still working some stuff out. This time out, as all, brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome again to PDX.
Out is being taken to address an unrostered skater.
All right, so this is a power jam now for Ash-tastic and the Droids. Dora the Destroyer called for a forearm penalty, I believe. All right, now, Ashtastic called for a penalty, so we'll have a penalty box do-si-do. Ashtastic returns to the track. And we have a star pass. And Havoc now breaks out. Havoc scoring pass. Dora the Destroyer re-engaged with the Death Guard Derby droids. Forced to the inside by Pandemonium. We have the matchup again of Rolling Thunder and Mystery Machine. Rolling Thunder hammers through the pack and breaks out quickly for lead jammer. Mystery Machine backwards skates around the outside of the track. Excellent communication from the bench. We have a tie game here, 16-16. All right, it's gonna be a power start for DSDD. Oh, big hit to the inside by Snapdragon. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Right, just up and at it. Right out of two big hits and breaks through for lead jammer. Oh, apex jump, can't stick it. Forced to the inside. Here comes Dr. Zoom. Riot through the pack of a scoring pass. Dr. Zoom now out on the initial. Tough defense from both of these teams here. Boy, and that jam, the battle hard fought, comes to an end. We got Cannonball and Ricochet lining up. The Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box is once again clear, so both teams are full strength. Cannonball flies through the inside for lead jammer. Ricochet bounces to the outside and is on the initial pass. A little juke move from Cannonball, flying around the outside. Stabby will head to the penalty box on a direction of play penalty. Cannonball now serving time, so this is a power jam for DSDD. Havoc doing a great job of clearing the path. Cannonball now re-enters the game. Apex jump for Ricochet. Sticks it. DSDD now spreading out the score a little bit. Ricochet. Low block called. And we'll head to the penalty box. So the remainder of this jam will be power jam for Cannonball and the Undead Avengers. All right, so this with DSDD's jammer locked up in the penalty box will be a power start for the Undead Avengers. Skittles at the line. Catastrophe managing to stay up front, get in front of Skittles. Ricochet now returning to the track. Skittles breaks through. Ricochet manages to get through as well on the initial pass. Skittles calls it off right before engaging the pack. We have 15-point spread here, 25-40. Dora the Destroyer and Miss Garcia at the line. Penalty box is clear. Miss Garcia trying to leap through the middle of the pack. Finds Jules Byrne and company. Dora the Destroyer heads to the penalty box. So this is a power jam for DSDD. Miss Garcia flies through the pack on the scoring pass. Jules Byrne will head to the penalty box on a direction of play penalty. Nice stop by Stabby and company. DSDD spreading their score out just a little bit there. Rolling Thunder and Mystery Machine jamming. One Undead in the box. Mystery Machine spins around the back over the top of the apex and gets through for lead jammer. Another spinning move, fancy footwork on Mystery Machine. Mystery Machine weaving through, fine Snapdragon, last line of defense. Mystery Machine, another scoring pass. There's that famous backwards move, and then the call off. We have a timeout called by the Undead Avengers. This timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to PDX. We'd like to thank 187 Killer Pads and 888, official protective gear sponsors of RCR. 187 Killer Pads, often imitated, never duplicated, stick with the best. And 888, the certified sweat shaver, developed, tested, and trusted by the best. We'd also like to thank Porcano Taqueria, the sunniest place in Portland, voted best tacos and Mexican food in PDX. Dr. Zoom and Ashtastic jamming. Dr. Zoom called for a penalty and will head to the penalty box. So this is now a power jam for Ashtastic and DSDD. Great defense from Jules Byrne. Ashtastic forced outside and recycled. Jules Byrne once again with the force inside. Dr. Zoom out of the penalty box and through the pack on the initial pass. Skaters crumbling on top of each other. Jules Byrne called for a direction of play penalty, and we'll head to the box. Dr. Zoom forces the way through and makes a scoring pass. As does Ash-tastic. Right at the last second there, Undead managed to put another 4 points on the board. Just right at the whistle. Cannonball and Riot. Cannonball quickly through for lead jammer. Cannonball, true to the name, hammering through. Pandemonium, last line of defense. We've had a star pass. Decoy now with the star for DSDD. Should we say DSD decoy? Decoy through the pack on the initial pass now. Cannonball heading to the penalty box, so this is now a power jam for DSDD. GK engaging the pack. Snapdragon's gonna be the last line of defense, but Decoy spins past. Cannonball with the juke. Through again with their signature crowd salute. Decoy spinning. Snapdragon chasing. Right at the very end of the jam, Decoy called for a cut track. Not recycling at the whistle. So there's gonna be a power start for Snapdragon and the Undead Avengers. Havoc with the blow up. Skittles back at it. Skittles now engaging the pack. Decoy flies past. And there's the call off. 4 points advantage on that one for the Undead Avengers. 48-7-7. Noah Constrictor and Ricochet jamming. Ricochet bouncing off blocker after blocker. Last line of defense, Snapdragon, but gets through for lead jammer. Noah Constrictor now on the initial pass. Ricochet flies through the outside and scores and calls it off. Quick 4 points and call for DSDD. Dora the Destroyer and Miss Garcia jamming. Penalty box is clear, so both teams at full strength. Miss Garcia breaks out for lead jammer. Dora the Destroyer breaks out, but finds a last line defender in Havoc. Oh, big offense attempt there. That results in a penalty called. Miss Garcia hammer through. Get those hard-fought points. Jules Byrne now with the star. Well, that jam was a battle hard fought. Once again, we've got Rolling Thunder and Mystery Machine. Rolling Thunder pushing out to the front. Keeps finding DSDD defenders, but breaks out finally for lead jammer. Salutes the audience while passing by. Nice backwards move. Almost through it. Mystery Machine rolls past Snapdragon. Rolling Thunder in the middle of that scoring pass calls it off by the advice of the bench. Dr. Zoom and Ashtastic jamming. Dr. Zoom quickly through for lead jammer. Big force out by Catastrophe. Nice undead offense. Dr. Zoom finding Kill Pickle, Catastrophe, but breaks past all that on a scoring pass. Catastrophe now with the hat, trying to get past Snapdragon. Snapdragon tracking to perfection. Dr. Zoom flies through and makes another 4-point score. Snapdragon gonna keep on stopping. Catastrophe just marching out the defense, finally finds an opening and steps through it. And there's the call-off. Now we are in halftime. Make sure to get your last-minute raffle tickets. We'll have the raffle coming up here soon. And we'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half of tough roller derby action. Make sure you get your snacks and beverages from the concession stand at the end of the hangar that benefits the Rosebuds All-Stars National Travel Team, as well as your raffle tickets. See you soon.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. You gotcha.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Inquiry number 80393, company is Seba Guide.
All right, here we go. Looks like we're getting back to action here. Looks like we're going to start with Rolling Thunder versus Riot with a clear penalty box, a Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. There. Riot heads to the penalty box on a forearm called. So this is a power jam for the Undead Avengers. Rolling Thunder flies by the outside. Oh, huge hit the pack. Havoc with the recycle. Riot straight out of the box and through the pack. Rolling Thunder with the tumbling call off. Four points on the board there for the Undead Avengers. Mystery Machine and Dr. Zoom jamming. Jawbreaker with the force out and recycle. Jules Byrne keeping the defense of the Undead Avengers organized, but Mystery Machine manages to break right past the hips, become lead jammer. Dr. Zoom in hot pursuit. Mystery Machine re-engaging the pack. Forced back by Jules Byrne and the call-off. They managed to score 3 points before the call-off there. Cannonball and Ricochet jamming. Penalty box is once again clear. Cannonball dodges past. And salutes. Here comes Ricochet in pursuit. We got Skittles and Miss Garcia lining up. That's the stabby hype machine.
Death Star Derby Droids are requesting a cut call on the Green Jammer as a result of their initial scoring apex jump. After additional review, a cut call should have been issued. We will be issuing a cut call on the Green Jammer. Death Star Derby Droids will retain their official review for the half.
I was trying to turn off the music and I didn't know I turned him off. So that was a cut call on the Green Jammer. After the official review, it was confirmed. Power start for Miss Garcia. Miss Garcia forcing through for lead jammer. Miss Garcia powering with the Undead defense. Cannonball now re-enters the track. Cannonball now through on the initial pass. And DSDD with the call off. Skittles and Ashtastic now lining up. Penalty box is clear. Skittles spins around the outside. Big contact, Skittles bounces up. Recycled. Ashtastic now on the initial pass. And Skittles calls it off. 3 points scored. Dora the Destroyer on Riot. Dora the Destroyer trying to find the way at the front, finds Catastrophe and Kill Pickle. Riot sneaks by on the outside, becomes the lead jammer. Dora the Destroyer. A big apex jump. Riot recycles though, just to be safe. Jules Byrne now with the star. Catastrophe, making sure that they aren't unable to move past the track, but Jules Byrne now through on the initial pass. Riot with another scoring pass will call it off. Thunder, Mystery Machine. Mystery Machine finds the opening on the outside right away. Rolling Thunder forced out by Havoc. Havoc gonna make sure to be in the right place. Havoc chasing, final last line of defense. But Havoc will head to the penalty box on a penalty for that hit. I think that was out of play. High bot called on 618. That's Ghoul, head to the box. Rolling Thunder ducks low to the outside, slips right through. Ricochet and Dr. Zoom jamming. DSCD one standing in the box. Dr. Zoom, lead jammer. Ricochet in pursuit. Big jump. Dr. Zoom breaks out for that scoring pass. 4 points for each team that time. Cannonball, Miss Garcia. Cannonball hammering through. Catastrophe with a big hit. Forces Cannonball out and a cut track called. Snapdragon. A big hit, force out. Jules Byrne. Jules Byrne now will head to the penalty box on a multiplayer call. Cannonball re-enters from the bench. Miss Garcia. Penalty called, and we'll head to the box. And we'll finish out this jam. It's a power jam. Catastrophe with the force out and cut track called on Cannonball. Power start, decoy, and DSCD. Snapdragon, last line of defense again. Decoy spins around. That's right, decoy needs some love. Quit juke move. All right, now decoy sent to the penalty box. Snapdragon with the hat. Havoc with the big force out. Snapdragon recycled. Havoc now will head to the penalty box on a direction of play penalty. Snapdragon through on the initial pass. Decoy, fancy backward skating right in front of the audience. Snapdragon re-engages and finds an opening on the outside. All right, always good to see skater up on their own power. Let's hear it. Skittles and Riot jamming. DSDD with one blocker in the box. Skittles called for a cut track penalty. We'll head to the box. Big force out by Jules Byrne. Riot steps aside through the inside of the apex for lead. Jules Byrne once again with the force out and recycle. But is called for a penalty in the process. So we'll head to the box. Riot once again through the pack. Riot, another scoring pass. Skittles now back on the track. Riot with a big apex jump, not quite outside on the track, recycles and calls it off. Big jam though, 12 points for DSDD. Undead now call a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Road City Rollers. Welcome to PDX. Check out the Buffalo Gap Saloon and Eatery, John's Landing's favorite eatery and saloon. Ritual Dyes, Portland's local yarn shop with hand-dyed yarn, tools, and more, owned by Bud's parent and Wrecker's skater. Black Cat Plumbing, your neighborhood plumbing company and proud sponsor of RCR since forever. Noah Constrictor and Mystery Machine jamming. Mystery Machine called for a penalty. We'll head to the penalty box. Noah Constrictor breaks out of that tough defense and is your lead jammer. And 618 will head to the penalty box on a forearm penalty. That's Ghoul. Mr. Machine forced out by Snapdragon. But on the second attempt, steps around it. Dora the Destroyer and Ricochet jamming. Undead have one blocker in the box. Jules Byrne going to be the solo defender. So we had an illegal star pass, so the star is now returned to Dora the Destroyer. Let's make some noise in this room for these skaters. What a great game they're playing. Everybody playing really tough. Rolling Thunder and Garcia. Rolling Thunder bouncing off defenders at the front of the pack. Garcia trying to push through, Snapdragon and company. Rolling Thunder breaks out, becomes lead jammer. Snapdragon not making it easy on Miss Garcia. Boy, I'm getting exhausted watching this defense play. Penalties being called left and right for pack violations. Miss Garcia now through the pack on the initial pass, but then there's the call-off. So that's a 12-point jam for Rolling Thunder and the Undead Avengers in their attempt to claw this back. So both teams will start this one out light-handed. Only 2 blockers each on the floor. There's a late jump on that whistle. Riot finds the way through for lead jammer. Dr. Zoom still wrestling with Kill Pickle and Catastrophe. Now we got blockers re-entering the track. Riot slips right through a little opening. Boy, that another tough, hard-fought jam. 12-point advantage for DSDD there, stretching out their score a little bit. We have a timeout being called. This timeout, as all, brought to you by Deb Counts Tabor, the official realtor of the Rose City Rollers. Welcome to PDX. We'd like to thank our league sponsors, Menopause Northwest, the Portland Mercury, Portland Vital Signs, Lionheart Kombucha, Trailhead Credit Union, and Secret Aardvark, the spicy sauce that kicks you in the mouth. Triple Eight, exclusive protective gear sponsor of RCR, the certified sweat saver, developed, tested, and trusted by the best. The certified sweat saver helmet from Triple Eight is designed for derby, vert ramps, and everything in between.
Jam, mainly caused by officiating error, but as a result of the officiating error, we did have too many black blockers still engaging. I need to send 087 to the box for a reformation penalty. As the pivot, thank you for everybody's patience. So we had officiating error during that particular jam that resulted in no green blockers being on the track. As a result, we had a continued engagement from Death Star Derby Droids. We did need to issue another reformation penalty. There was no official review. This was an official timeout that we took to correct the officiating error. Thank you very much.
All right, Skittles Mystery Machine. Mystery Machine steps through the outside, but Snapdragon's going to be there to be the last line of defense. But Mystery Machine finds the opening on the inside, becomes lead jammer. Stabby now re-entering the track. Skittles continuing to find tough defensive line from DSDD. Mr. Machine through for a scoring pass. Mr. Machine rolling off Gremlin for the pass. And the call off. Stretching that score out just a little bit more. Dora the Destroyer and Little T Rebel. Little T Rebel looking for that opening at the front. Dora the Destroyer. So Little T Rebel is the lead jammer. Just has to contend with Jules Byrne one more time. Little T Rebel rolling off. Through on the scoring pass. We have Star Pass. Now Noah Constrictor with the star for the Undead Avengers. And that's the end of that jam. 8 points more on the board for DSDD. Rolling and Thunder and Ash-tastic lining up. For the first time in a while, we have a clear Rebel Heart Therapy penalty box. So Jules Burns called for an illegal contact penalty. Rolling Thunder will sneak by in the melee. Spinning move. Ash-tastic now out of the pack on the initial pass. Good ears. Rolling Thunder hears from the bench to call it. We are now under 2 minutes left of playtime. Miss Garcia, Dr. Zoom jamming. Dr. Zoom flying around the outside, but finds Jawbreaker and Catastrophe. Miss Garcia finally stepping past. Gets out for lead jammer. Oh, big stopping hit by Jules Byrne. And that's the end of that jam. So that leaves us with another minute before the end of play. So we'll get another jam here. Skittles and Decoy at the line. Undead Avengers with one blocker in the box. Decoy runs through the pack at the front, breaks out for lead jammer, but it's called. Somehow that jam was called. There's a timeout now. Not quite sure what happened there, but we're going to start the next jam. All right, still time for one more jam here. Decoy, Rolling Thunder, running Thunder right through the outside quickly for lead jammer. Decoy bouncing off of Jules Byrne, Snapdragon. Always finding a defender laddering, but now through on the initial pass. Rolling Thunder through on the scoring pass. Rolling Thunder spins off, and that's the end of the jam. Unofficial score, 118 Undead Avengers, 190 DSDD. We'll get that finalized here in a minute. Looks like we're having one last review here. Perhaps to do with that confusion at the end of the game. What's that? Oh, they posted the unofficial up there. And they didn't do the final whistle. They backed it up. What's that? They're all right there. Oh, the other wireless is down there for the officials. You need one?
Yeah, for after, because I'm going to do my
And then this one. I can just hand this one to you when I'm done down there with MVP. Yeah. Stressful doing this by myself.
Yeah, you did a great job.
It should be up.
Return penalty to be issued on one of their green blockers. The no call will stand. It is not sufficient enough to change the outcome of the game. Score stands.
There you have it. That's the end of the game. Final score 118-190. Stick around. Get out there and high five your skaters, and stick around. We'll have MVPs here in a minute. All right, let's start with DSDD. Who do you guys have for your MVP blocker?
Gremlin.
Gremlin, come out and get your award. How about MVP Jammer?
Dr. Zoom.
Dr. Zoom. Congratulations, Dr. Zoom. All right. Undead Avengers, MVP blocker. Go! And how about MVP Jammer?
Riot.
Riot. Congratulations, all the skaters and everyone else who did such a great job today. Get together for your pictures. All right, we'll see you back for the next one.
Hey folks, did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. If your helmet size is a small, but your teammate's size is an extra large, wearing the same helmet shell doesn't just look kind of funny. The functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. The 888 certified sweat saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor, giving you the highest level of protection upon impact. Try it for yourself. We got you.